Hello everybody, welcome to another video, and as you can tell, today we are doing the next episode of Read It Like, and this time we are reading it like Cody from Cody's Book Corner. Yay! Insert applause. Cody is one of my good friends here. I love Cody. She is the best human. I love her very much, and I am very excited to be doing Cody as my next Read It Like victim. So I have asked Cody for a list of her favourite books, and during this vlog I will be reading nothing but books on that list from Cody. If you have not seen the first episode of Read It Like, I did Read It Like Book Roast. I will link that somewhere for you if you want to check that out, where I read books that were just on G from Book Roast's favourite book list. But yeah, it's time for the next one, and it is all about Cody. I have her list. Her list is quite long. What did she give me? 19? Odd number, but 19. So I will go through this list and read books on there. Initially, like, the top two, I'm not gonna do her top two, because number one is the Stormlight Archives, which I cannot physically get to because it's part of the Cosmere universe, and I need to get to Hero of Ages first. However, Mistborn trilogy does feature within like her top few, so maybe. And her second one is Little Woman, which is a classic, and I'm just not gonna do that. So although her top one I'm not gonna read, it's one that I will eventually and anticipate I will love, because I've fallen in love with Brandon Sanderson, and as Cody is the biggest Sander slut I know, I am falling into that trap of becoming one too. So I anticipate I will love it when I get there, but I can't get there yet. And then two is Little Woman, which I'm not going to do. Then we get into books that I might actually do. So I'm not going to go through the actual full list until the end of this video, but I will be filling in gaps for you by letting you know that the book that I'm going to start with is number 11 on her list. But it's a book that I really associate with Cody, because Cody's one of the only people that I've really heard talk about it and love it, and that is The Wicker King by Kay Ancrum. This is one that has this funny effect, and I don't know much about this at all. It's really floppy. I love this edition. But yeah, I know Cody has loved this. I know Steph has loved this. A lot of people have loved this, but Cody's description of it is amazingly odd and beautiful. So I'm going to be diving into this one today. He sees another world, but is it real? August is a misfit with a pyro streak, and Jack is a golden boy on the varsity rugby team, but their intense friendship goes way back. It's something they keep for themselves, and they rely on each other for survival. When Jack begins to see increasingly vivid hallucinations, August decides to help Jack the only way he knows, by believing him and believing in the fantasy kingdom that creeps into the edges of the real world. I'm very intrigued about this and looking forward to diving in, and it seems like it might be quite a quick read. Oh, and there's like initially like a file, like a missing persons, or no, a booking report. Oh, there's all sorts of files as well, so it's got like a multimedia element, not just weird page colours. This is exciting. I'm looking forward to this. So we're kicking off Cody with The Wicker King, and I'm excited about it. So yeah, I will check in with you when I have made some progress and have some thoughts on this. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Cody's list is very varied. There are some on here that I really want to read and some that I'm a little bit more like, ooh, about. But I'm curious to see how this is going to go. So, let's go. Hello, updating not that long after I spoke to you first, to be honest. But this book is so fucking weird. I am 102 pages in currently, and like my brain is having a tough time. It's bizarre, but I'm into a part where like the pages are starting to get blacker now, before they eventually go entirely black. It's really fast paced, really confusing, so compelling. Like, I'm so confused and so eager to work out what the fuck is going on, because I've got very little idea what the fuck is going on. Essentially, one of these guys is having these hallucinations, and these hallucinations are becoming more and more vivid, but it doesn't seem quite as simple as that. And there's definitely something weird between these two boys. Like, their relationship is not normal, but I don't know what it is yet. Like, there are things that are happening and things that they're saying to each other. I'm thinking, does that mean what I think that means, or does that mean that? Like, there are possibilities for what that relationship could be, like multiple. I'm not just drawing one conclusion here. There are multiple options in my brain for what this relationship could be or mean, and I don't know what it is, and I'm so confused. And I'm on reading sprints with Steph, and after I read like the first 40 pages, and I said to Steph, I'm so confused, and she said, yeah, you will be until the end. I am really eager to continue with this because it's weird and I'm having a good time, but also the page that I've just ended on is literally just doodles. So that's fascinating, but yeah, I'm gonna continue, but so far, so good. Hello, I haven't spoken to you in a little bit, so it's about time I update you. You will have seen from B-roll that last night I finished The Wicker King, which is book 1 for my Read It Like Cody vlog, what they are in the middle of. And that ending had me like, what the fucking? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? When I finished it, my reaction was just, what the fuck? And Cody was there. Cody's description of it being like weird and beautiful, like, I get it now. And I feel like this is very much not the sort of book that you can talk about in a spoiler-free manner. Honestly, for like 300 pages, I was so confused. So confused. And then in the last 20 pages or so, or however long it was, there were answers to the, like, what the fuck questions. But then the answers themselves were also like, really? What the fuck? That's the that? Really? That is the answer? What the fuck? But I can't say much about it. But I did put it through Corpile. I took a little bit of time to reflect and sit on it, but I did put it through Corpile, and I'm happy to report that it got 5 stars. I wasn't entirely sure if it would or not because of the what the fuckery, but it came out at 9.14 overall on Corpile, which is a 5-star rating, so I am very thrilled with how this vlog has started. It's going well, and I found a new favourite, I suppose. I'm really happy about it. I just need to talk about it and rant about it, because what the fuck was that ending? I feel like I've said what the fuck way too many times now, but what the fuck. Great start to Read It Like Cody. Great start to this vlog. So that happened. Then, I haven't updated you that I started another book, but I started another book, and this is going to be a little bit whiplashy, because I started and DNF'd another book. And I'm sad about this, but I started Norwegian Wood by Murakami. This is a book that I've kind of wanted to try for a really long time, and it came in, I think it's number 3 on Cody's list. Like, it's really high. Yeah, very odd, but Murakami's writing is beautiful, audiobook is good. So I read like the first 30 pages of this physically and could not get into it. So I got the audiobook, and I've managed to get to page 84, which is about a quarter of the way, to be honest with you, because it's under 400 pages, so it's about a quarter of the way through. And when I started this on the live sprints on Steph's, people were saying like, oh, that and Jade are not gonna mesh, and people were saying like his writing style is a little bit sexually grotesque, and not going to be good for me. I'm not going to get on with this, and I really wanted to, and I wanted to give it a good go. However, there was a sex scene. Like, I was already not really meshing with it, did not think this was for me. I was a bit bored and needed to really push myself through this. I wasn't having a good time with this anyway. And then there was that sex scene where it really was just a little bit gross, and I don't know, it's not that I have a problem with sex scenes. I don't have a problem with sex scenes in books. I think it was just the fact that it was so out of nowhere and just really not nicely written. Like, it was just not a pleasant experience, and I didn't like that. And honestly, I'm bored on top of that. Like, it's this guy and his love story and all the people he slept with along the way. It literally says on here that it's a lot about casual sex, passion, loss and desire. And it's just not for me. And I wanted to give it a go because I wanted to give a go to a book that was very much out of my comfort zone. I mean, I've already done that with The Wicker King. This isn't one I would have picked up by myself anyway. But then this as well is like a different level out of it. And this is not one for me. So I'm sad to say at page 84, I am DNFing it. It's done. It's happened. I'm really sorry, Cody. I wanted to love it, and I really gave it my best shot. But even Cody was a bit like, oh, I'm not sure about that one, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, my first DNF of 2021. So the first DNF I can put in my core pile sheet. I'm not going to rate it because I didn't read enough to rate it. But I gave it a go and I'm disappointed, but I think it was kind of predictable that this wouldn't be for me. So we've had a time. So yeah, that's how this vlog's going so far. Now, I'm very excited for what comes next because Cody sent me her list, and then after sending me her list, she went, holy shit, how did I not put Mistborn on that? Mistborn goes in there somewhere near the top, so she didn't rejig it. So I'm desperate to get to Hero of Ages. Cody is the biggest Sander slut I know. She's a massive Sanderson fan. She is someone who I would go to for anything Sanderson related. Like, I've asked her for a reading order of where I go next, etc., because I trust her entirely when it comes to Sanderson. She's a massive Sander slut. So it would be wrong to not read some Sanderson in a Read It Like Cody vlog. Even though I know I'm gonna love this because it's the third one in the trilogy. It is the final one, so I think it's gonna get some good reactions out of me, and a lot of people have said that they want to see me reading this one, so we're starting it tonight, and I'm gonna be buddy reading it with Pris because she's also starting it tonight, so we'll see how that goes. I'm very, very excited for this one. So yeah, that is next on the agenda. Very quick update before I go to bed, but I've just sat and read 200 pages of The Hero of Ages. I'm 201 pages into this now, and I'm already loving it. Like, there are not many books where I think I could just fly through 200 pages without feeling like I've read 200 pages, you know? And this is one of them, and I'm already really eager to continue. However, it's gone midnight and I need to go to bed because I have work in the morning. So we're pausing for now, but I'm very eager to continue tomorrow. But I knew I was going to love this, so it's not really a surprise, but joining the Sander sluts. Hello, I really cannot remember the last time I spoke to you. I'm not sure if I've spoken to you since starting The Hero of Ages, or if I just told you I was going to start The Hero of Ages. I really can't remember. But I've finished The Hero of Ages, and I have now finished the Mistborn trilogy, And holy fucking balls, was this good. This was so good. So good. Like, I knew I was gonna love it anyway, because I really liked the first one, loved the second one. This just absolutely blew me away. It was so good. So good. That ending is one of the most incredible endings I have ever read. I didn't cry. There were some predictions going around that I might cry. That didn't happen, but I did thoroughly enjoy it. There were lots of physical reactions. There was like, I did film me reading the last bit of it, so you will have seen some of those. There was a bit towards the end that made my stomach like flip. But that ending was so good. I was like smiling. My cheeks hurt for quite a while. I was smiling so much about it. Which, when you then think about what happened, like, it's not necessarily a happy ending, but it's a happy ending. Like, it was done so well. Like, it just felt so right, despite what happened. But also, like, what happened for... It's really difficult to talk about without spoiling. But what happened was done so perfectly, so well executed, so necessary, and therefore the ending was just so beautiful. So I loved it. I did put it through Core Pile. Not gonna surprise anyone to discover that it got 5 stars. So this is my third 5-star of the month and my second 5-star of this video, because the Wicker King got 5-star as well. So we're doing alright. So we've had a 5-star, a DNF, and a 5-star for Cody so far. So really, 2 different camps happening here. Core Pile specifically, it got 9.57, so that is the highest rating anything has got so far this year. I mean, we are only 21 days into the year, but yeah, that was absolutely phenomenal. So now we go back to Cody's list and we think about what I'm going to read next. Let's pull up her list again. The Poppy War, I'm not going to read The Name of the Wind. Pet. And then funnily enough, The Humans is on here as well, but I have already read that for Read It Like Book Roast and loved it, so fun fact. But between The Poppy War and Pet, and I think I want to go for Pet first by Akwekiemezi. I have it upstairs, I don't have it on my person right now, so I'm going to go and get that. But it's a shorter one, so I think reading it between this, and I'll probably go for The Poppy War next, so I think reading a shorter one between them is a good idea. But I really don't know too much about Pet. I think it's a middle grade, but it's a bit more mature, about a young girl who finds a monster, I think. So I'm going to be going into that one pretty open to anything. I have no expectations on that one necessarily, but yeah, I reckon I'm going to go and grab Pet and we will dive into that next. But this was phenomenal, so yeah. Hello, I have just finished Pet by Akwekiemezi. This was a fascinating read for something so short, very fascinating. I wasn't really too sure what this was about before I went into it, other than girl finds monster, Pet is here to hunt a monster, are you brave enough? But Pet seemed like Pet was the monster. Pet was there to hunt a monster. But the way it was written was very fascinating. So this is about a young transgender girl called Jam who finds a creature, or a creature finds her, and the purpose for this creature's visit is to hunt a monster. And in this city, like, monsters no longer exist, but it's really cleverly told. Like, monsters are people that are just really shitty people. Like, abusers, etc. Like, shitty people that do shitty things are monsters. And then there are angels, which are the people that have wiped out the monsters. So they live in a world where they feel like there are no more monsters, the monsters are gone, but are they? And are they now just living in a way like they think they're all gone, so they're not looking for them anymore, but maybe there are some. And Pet appears to Jam to hunt a monster. But it's really fascinatingly told. A lot of the communication in this between Jam and Pet is told through speech, which isn't really speech, and there's no speech marks, so the writing style is very interesting. I'm not sure I necessarily got on with the writing style, but the story was fascinating. Core pile rating, surprisingly, came out at a 4. I thought it would come out at a 3 because I really didn't get on with the writing style, and I thought that would drag it down, because I actually gave it a 5 for writing. But 7 for characters, 8 for atmosphere. I think the atmosphere was fantastic. 5 for writing, 8 for plot. I think the plot was very good, the story was good. 7 for intrigue, 8 for logic, and 8 for enjoyment, which gives it a 7.29, which is a 4-star. So it did come out at a 4-star read. I had a good time with this. So yeah, not a new favourite, not one I think I'm going to rave about. As I say, it's a low 4-star, but not one I would have picked up without Codie's prompting, with it being on her list. So I'm glad that I've tried something else different. Like, this week I feel like I've done a good job at picking things off her list that I naturally would not read by myself. Like the Wicker King, I would never have picked up by myself. This, I'm not sure I would have picked up by myself, despite the fact that it's a middle grade fantasy with monsters and angels and stuff. I didn't really have high intrigue to pick this one up for myself. Norwegian would, again, would never have picked up by myself. Did end up DNFing it, but I'm still proud of myself for giving it a go. And then, of course, we had Hero of Ages, which I knew I was going to love and did want to pick up myself. And the next one that I'm going to be picking up is The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. And this is one that I probably would have picked up by myself, but it is present on Codie's list. And I just need to work out the number. Where is it on the list? Number 7. And she said, The Poppy War, prepare yourself for this one. So, you know, midnight on Friday night, stroke Saturday morning, seems like as good a time as any. So, let's get cracking. Hello, it seems time for an update. I am reading The Poppy War. Of course, that is what I told you last. I have just reached part 2. So, chapter 10, page 219. So I'm a decent way through. Hopefully I can finish this tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday, which would be a great day to finish this video on and finish the book on. That would align very nicely. So hopefully I can finish this tomorrow. But this is really good. I'm really enjoying this. I admit I'm not feeling like new favourite vibes, but I feel like there's still a lot to come in the rest. Like, I'm not quite halfway, but you know what I mean, the second half, the rest of it. The writing style is very much my jam. Like, it's not lyrical, it's very actiony and to the point, and I like that a lot. It's easy to follow, easy to read along to. It's definitely the sort of book, I think, where I'm reading a lot of it and not realising how many pages I've got through and how much time has passed, which I do very much enjoy. So, really enjoying the writing style. World building, enjoying. Characters, enjoying. I'm not sure that the plot is my favourite thing so far. Like, we've learned a lot. There is a lot of learning that has happened, and I think the second half is gonna be putting that learning into action and actually doing something with it. Maybe? But I feel like we haven't done much. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe if you've read it, you'll know what I mean. But yeah, I feel like it's been a lot of learning, a lot of world building, building on the religion and the history and the politics a little bit. And now, hopefully, now we've just reached a point where some sort of revelation has happened and we've learned something important, and hopefully the second half is where that's then going to be put into action and we're going to do something with it and we're going to get somewhere with the plot, because I feel like that's what it's missing for me at the minute. It's been a lot of learning, like 219 pages of learning. So I'm looking forward to the second half. I think I'm going to enjoy the second half a fair bit, but that's where I'm at. That's my thoughts. My main thought is that the writing style is very me. I like it a lot. And I like the attitude of Rin, so Rin being the main character. I haven't even said what this is about, I just assume people know. But it's about a young woman called Rin who wants to get into the most elite military school. However, she's a peasant and that's almost like impossible, but she has a very specific skill and manages to do so, and it's her training in this academy and it being very tough on her. And then I think it's about how the realities of war and being trained for a war are very different, but I assume that comes into play in the second half, so I assume there's going to be a war. Rin's attitude, like, she's very aggressive and violent, and I like that. So I am enjoying her as a character, and I really hope that the second half just has a more, I don't know, I was going to say aggressive plot, I don't know if that's what I mean. I just want something big to happen, because I feel like I've got quite a way without anything massive happening. But I'm enjoying it, which I suppose is the main point. So I'm gonna continue and hopefully finish it tomorrow, and I will update you with those thoughts. But yeah, so far, so good. I'm not sure why this intimidated me so much, because the writing's, as I say, really my jam and I'm enjoying it. So yeah, let us continue. Hello. Hi. It's been a little while since we last spoke. I haven't read in a couple of days. My plan was to finish The Poppy War on Sunday, and that didn't quite happen. I had like a tiny bit left, maybe a bit more than that, I think I might be exaggerating. I finished after chapter 21 on Sunday, so I finished chapter 21 and then went to bed, and I just didn't read Monday, Tuesday or Wednesday. And it's now Thursday, and I'm happy to report that I have finally finished The Poppy War. So this vlog went on a little bit longer than anticipated, but it's fine. I am more than happy to dedicate time to Cody and reading Cody's faves. So that's what has happened. Anyway, The Poppy War. I've run it through Corepile, but before we get down to my rating, I do just want to chat about my feelings in general. Because I feel like this book was especially hyped up for me. Not only because it featured on Cody's list, like, I trust Cody's opinion with a lot of things, and I felt like this was one I was going to enjoy anyway, and then knowing Cody did too. But also a lot of other people have really loved this, and the reputation that it has in general is incredibly high. Like, it's incredibly popular. A lot of people really do love it, and I thought I was going to be one of those. I had heard a lot about the general vibe of this book, the violence, the content warnings about this kind of led me to expect a particular thing, and things that I've said in the past about reading especially violent or troubling things and said, well, this is some fucked up shit, and people have said, oh, if you think that's fucked up shit, wait until you read The Poppy War, that's real fucked up shit. So I just think that I was expecting a new level of fucked up shit, and I'm a little bit disappointed because it didn't quite get there for me, but I think it's just because my expectations were so incredibly high. But that being said, its Corepile rating came out at an 8.14, which is a 4-star. I think it's a high 4-star as well. So a 4-star rating is between 7 and 8.9. So a rating of 8.14, like, that's a decent 4-star rating. So I'm pleased with that. I'm happy with how this came out. It got 8s across the board, other than Atmosphere, which I gave a 9. but it's definitely intrigued me for the rest of the series. I will for sure be picking up the sequel. The way this ended has, you know, kept me hooked. I look forward to the rest of it. I do just think it was my, like, extremely high expectations that meant that it didn't quite live up to what I wanted it to be, but what I wanted it to be was something that was entirely in my head. But I do still stand by my rating and think that that's a fair rating. I'm not rating it poorly because I expected something else, but I think that this series can only get better, so I really do look forward to continuing it. But yeah, that does mark the last book in my Read It Like Cody vlog, or Read It Like Cody's Book Corner, as it will be called. So, little recap of it. We started this off with The Wicker King, which ended up getting a 5-star rating from me and was really, like, fucked up. That was a what the fuck sort of book, but yeah, 5 stars. Something that I really do not think I would have ever picked up by myself without that recommendation from Cody, so love that. Then we had The Hero of Ages, which is one I was desperate to get to, but Cody is the biggest Sander slut, so I needed to get some Brandon Sanderson in here, and 5 stars for The Hero of Ages, the final book in the Mistborn trilogy, the first Mistborn trilogy, that is. Absolutely adored it. That ending was phenomenal, beautifully done, 5 stars. Then we dabbled in Norwegian Wood for a grand total of 84 pages before I DNF'd it. Not my thing, but again, I wanted to try something that I would not necessarily have picked up without Cody telling me to, or not telling me to, but suggesting it in her list. But yeah, not my thing. Only managed 84 pages. I don't know if maybe it's one that I should revisit at another point and see if it's something I could get further in, but was not for me. And then we had Pet, which got 4 stars as well. That was a slightly lower 4 stars than the Puppy War, so Pet got 7.29, whereas the Puppy War got 8.14, so you can see the variation in the 4-star there. But yeah, Pet, again, not one that I think I would have picked up by myself, so another one that's been encouraged by this video series, which is kind of why I wanted to do it. And yeah, one that Cody absolutely loved, and I'm very glad that I gave it a go, but yeah, 4 stars for that. And then 4 stars for this. So I think it's been a very successful vlog. We've had 2 5 stars, 2 4 stars, and a DNF. So I think that's very successful. I do just want to go through the rest of Cody's list just to check off what she had on there that I may have already read or anything else. So, the Stormlight Archives, which I wouldn't have got to anyway because I wanted to read Gukosmir in order. Little Woman, a classic, was never going to happen. Norwegian Wood, I gave it a go. Mistborn, clearly. The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. I own that and really want to read it, but have not. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, probably not one I will ever pick up myself. His Dark Materials by Philip Pullman. I read the first book not that long ago and gave it 2 stars. Not for me. The Bobby War. There we go. Name of the Wind, one that I will put off forever, but think I will love when I get there. I'll Be Gone in the Dark. I think that's a thriller, so not really my vibe. Lost Boy by Christina Henry. Unsettling in the best way. I'm intrigued. I've been intrigued about picking up some Christina Henry for a while. It could have been a good shout for this, but I'm still intrigued by Christina Henry's books. The Wicker King, which we got to. The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. I like Neil Gaiman. I like Neil Gaiman's books and his writing, but not one of his that I've got to myself yet. Hunger by Roxane Gay. Oh, it's a memoir, that one. Non-fiction is so not normally my thing. Pet, which we read. And then there were none by Agatha Christie. Mystery thriller, not my thing. Haunted, one of the most fucked up books I've ever read. This book literally haunts me. Well, I mean, the title would have suggested that. But that sounds maybe a little too fucked up for me. I don't like scary. The Humans by Matt Haig, which I read for Read It Like Book Roast and did really enjoy, and Flowers for Algernon, which is one that will make you cry. And I didn't fancy crying this week, so yeah, that is Codie's list. I think I picked out some good ones off there, and it's nice to see like the variety in Codie's list of faves, so I am really pleased with how this vlog went. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. If you did, give us a thumbs up. Chat to me down below, you know how it goes. Let me know if you've enjoyed, and let me know who else you would like to see me read it like, and we'll see if we can make that happen. But yeah, that brings us to a close. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!